Hello, Michelle. How's everything going today? We're on a bonus episode today. So fun.
Bonus. Everything's good. How are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, but I have an important question to start off the day.
Ooh, okay. Let's hear it.
All right. So, Michelle, have you ever done a meet and greet? Meet and greet with a famous person?
I have. I've done a couple
Tell
of them.
us. Tell us who.
Well, I did meet John Mayer at a meet and greet once,
Very cool.
because I was interning for his record company, back in
Ooh.
college, and
Hmm.
so I got to go to a lot of great concerts that summer, and so they sent me to John Mayer, and they also let me. Well, actually, I got to go twice, and the first time I went, I really liked it, so I bought a T-shirt. And the second time I went, they got me a meet and greet pass. And I was like,
Amazing.
oh my gosh, I'm going to wear my t-shirt to the meet and greet. And when I met John Mayer, yeah, when I met
Did he
John
tease
Mayer,
you?
yes,
I love that. I love that. Was he a
he
nice
did.
guy?
I mean, we took a quick picture and he said, I think he was like, nice t-shirt or something. I don't know. He kind of teased me a little bit and we took a
Yeah.
picture, which I have to find the picture. But he was fine. I haven't, it's funny. I know sometimes people have meet and greets where they're longer and they really get to spend time with the person, but I've
Yes.
only ever been to the ones where it's kind of a quick picture, an autograph. I've
Yes.
never really sat down with a celebrity and had a long chat, except for in my other job where I sometimes got to interview people.
Oh, so fun. Yeah, you've had some run-ins with celebrities, especially living in New York, working in New York. They're everywhere, right? So but it's especially fun when there's an organized meet and greet, right? Where you have that distinct amount of time where you can basically ask them anything and you can just
Yeah.
meet them, right? This
Yeah.
kind of semi-famous person sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I haven't done. Have you ever done one?
I've never done that before. I have there for example, I taught tennis to one famous actress's kid, and so she came to pick up her kid. I was like, "Oh my god, it's like I'm in the movies. It's crazy." I've had those kinds of run-ins in New York, but I've never
Uh,
had an organized meet and
yeah.
greet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Why are
okay.
we Yeah.
Yeah, meet and greets.
You go ahead. Yeah, why are we talking about them today, these meet and greets?
Well, we might have something exciting to offer you guys. Guys, we have a really good survey that we want you to be a part of. We want to
Yes.
hear from you. We want to hear what you guys are looking for. Lindsay, talk about the
Yes.
survey a little
Yeah,
bit.
basically, we wanna know about your hopes and dreams, right? What are why are you learning English? And what do you wanna work on when it comes to your English? This survey is gonna help us understand what to bring to the podcast, what to bring to our new courses that we build for you guys, and so we wanna understand you better, but there's a cool benefit, right, to this survey, Michelle, and it has to
Mhm.
do with a meet and greet. Yeah?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
That's right. So, should I reveal
Yeah.
what it is now?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, so what do we do? What are we doing here, Michelle?
Okay, so when you fill out the survey, you will be entered, and we will be selecting 3 participants for a 15-minute meet and greet with
Yeah.
the podcaster of your choice. So it could be me, it could be Lindsay, Aubrey, Jessica. So you are going to choose who you want to meet, and it's not going to be
So
like
cool.
my John Mayer meet and greet where it's 1 second. It's 15 minutes,
No.
so you can ask
15,
us
yep,
questions. We can
you
talk
got it.
about English,
Yeah, we
about non English, whatever it is, and just
exactly.
have a nice chat.
Exactly, it's gonna be fantastic. The chance to talk with you guys. We don't get that chance very often, and
Right.
so we want to be able to do it. So go ahead right now before we continue with today's episode and open the survey in your browser. So go over to allearsenglish.com/meet. So that is so it's allearsenglish.com/MEET. You can actually fill it out now, hit pause on the episode, get that
Yeah.
done, choose the podcaster you wanna meet, enter your email at the end, get that done, and then come back to today's episode to learn something fun here today. All right.
Yes.
So now we're moving into the piece where we're going to show our listeners some cool vocab,
Yes.
right?
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. So what are we trying to teach our listeners today in this episode?
Well, okay, so, if somebody wants you to do a survey or they want you to
Yeah.
do something
Anything.
for them, right? Whatever it is,
Yeah.
sometimes you wanna find out, okay, well, how is this going to help me, right? And
Yeah.
that's okay. It's okay to also want to know, well, why should you do this? Is there something special that comes out of this?
Yes.
But Lindsay, would you say to somebody, oh, well, what's in it for me?
I would avoid this,
Yeah.
right? And that with a little caveat that we're going to show you at the end. But in general, if you say that in a serious tone directly to the person, it is totally rude. Okay. It's totally rude. And so we want to be a little delicate about how we present this. So we need to do a little wordsmithing, which I think is something our listeners love to do. So we are
Yeah.
all on board today for 3 things we could say to find out why we should actually do that thing. Like, why should we take this survey? Right? I mean,
Yes.
it's a quick survey, guys. It's a 5 to 7 minute survey, maybe max 5, 6 minutes. It's easy. It's simple. It's straightforward. There are a lot of multiple choice questions, easy, but it is going to take a few minutes of your time. Okay.
Yeah.
So why?
Yeah. All
Why?
right. So let's see. What's the first thing you could say is, can you explain why I would want to do this?
Now, this is interesting for me, right? So it's a little more formal. And we're using the would here. So can you explain why I would
Hmm.
want to do this? Does this feel more direct or more indirect? Like, what makes this polite?
I think the wood makes it a little bit more polite sounding. It's bringing it back a little bit. So
Yeah.
what's in it for me is very direct. This,
Yes.
can you explain why I would want to do this? It's
Yes.
pulling it back just a little bit. But I just want to also make sure you guys realize it's all in the tone of voice. So if you say, "Can
Yes.
you explain why I would want to do this?" Right?
Okay,
It doesn't
not
matter
good.
what you're saying. That's going to sound rude, right? So it's this
Correct.
one, you wanna match the words. You wanna say, "Can you explain why I would wanna do this?" Just in a
Mhm.
nice way,
Yeah,
curiosity.
100%. And if we contrast that, I totally agree with you, Michelle. Tone of voice is what it's all about. You
Yeah.
can say pretty much anything in a
Yeah.
nice tone of voice and get away with it. Like it, and we'll tell you a little bit at the end, what that caveat was for what's in it for me. But if we compare, can you explain why I would want to do this
Yeah.
versus can you explain why I should do this? Which one would you say is even more polite? Like the would
I
or the
think
should?
I think the would is more
Yeah,
polite here, right?
I
It's a
agree.
little less direct, it's pulling it back.
Yes.
That's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think you're right. So we'll do some episodes, especially if you guys indicate on the survey that you want more grammar, right? We'll
Mhm.
do some episodes on that, right? We'll talk more in 2024 about using would to be ultra polite, levels of politeness. We'll go into the nuances of English. All right.
Right, right.
Yeah, good. So
Should
what
we
would
do
be
the
the
second one?
second one? Yeah, let's do it, Michelle. What is it?
The second one is, are there any perks of filling out the survey?
I love that. What is a perk? That's a bonus word for today in our bonus
Ye
episode.
Yes, exactly. So a perk is a benefit, something extra that's going to come out of it. So I
Yeah.
think we've even done episodes about this before, about this word. Um, a perk to a
Yeah.
job. Oh, you get free lunches on
Yeah.
Friday or something like that.
Yeah, usually we see this word more used in the context of applying for jobs, getting a job, right? My job has a lot
Yeah.
of perks. I get a free company car, I get
Yeah.
free airline
Oh,
miles,
wow.
things like that, right?
Oh.
Oh, right. No, not here at All Ears English. We don't get free company cars. You're like, "How do I get that?"
Well, that would be a little weird if I had a company car because I don't go. I mean,
We can paint
I'm.
it yellow. I mean,
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. And mine would say, "I feel funny," just along the
I
side,
feel funny.
just in
It's
my
so
car.
funny. Oh, we love that. We love that. So yeah, so that's the second one, guys. So write these down, right? So
Yeah.
are there any perks of filling out the survey? I like how we're using that word perks, taking it out of its typical context, but it totally works for this
Yeah.
question. Okay?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay, and so Lindsay, now this is interesting. We're teaching a third one, but we're
We are.
teaching it's why is this interesting? We're teaching something we
Well,
said not to say.
exactly. We're going to keep you guys guessing here in our episodes this year. I told you earlier, there's a little bit of a caveat when we said that it's rude to say, "What's in it for me?" What is the caveat? And is there a moment in which this might actually be okay to say,
Right.
"What's in it for me?" What do you
So
think?
again, if you say it as a joke, right? You can
Yeah.
say it, but you have to, with your tone of voice, with your facial expressions, you have to acknowledge or indicate that you know that this is a rude thing to say. But
Yeah.
there, like Lindsay was saying, I mean, you can say anything and in a
Not
nice tone of
anything.
voice,
Right.
but like, there are certain things where if you change the tone of voice, it becomes a joke. It
Yes.
becomes, oh, I know this would sound super rude,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say it because I'm making a
It's fun.
joke.
Exactly, exactly. So, what would that look like if I say to you, Michelle, "Hey, Michelle, we're asking our listeners to fill out this survey. Would you mind going ahead and filling out the survey? You have a chance to enter into a contest for a meet and greet."
Oh, well, what's in it for me?
Right.
Okay.
So
Like
you're light,
that,
you're
or I was
fun.
trying to think in my acting, like, how would I say it? What's in it for
Yeah.
me? Or what's in it? How else might you say it?
Yeah, I could say, okay, Michelle. I mean, I guess I could spare a few minutes, but what's in it for me?" Right? So
Yeah,
you're having fun, you're playing around. You're
right.
actually building connection because you're creating a rapport with the person you're teasing
Yeah.
them a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So for our listeners,
Um,
guys, just know that that is an option, especially as you get to those higher levels of fluency, but just know we have to do some special things with our voice and our whole demeanor when we
yeah.
use a rude phrase to say it in a joking way. Super interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. So guys, definitely we've taught you 3 today. And yeah, well, we've told you already what's in it for you guys, a chance to have a meet and greet with the podcaster of your choice. And
Exactly.
Lindsay, where can our listeners go to take this survey and
All
get
right,
this
guys.
opportunity?
Yes, you have one thing to do right now. So go over to your web browser, type in allearsenglish.com slash, right, forward
Mhm.
slash meet, MEET. And again, it should take you about 5 minutes. It shouldn't take you much longer than that. Give us some details. Let us know what your goals are, your dreams. We want to get to know you guys. And then 3 lucky respondents will get that chance. If you enter your email and you choose the podcaster you want to meet with, you will be entered into the contest to be randomly selected to have that meet and greet that we have been talking about. So good stuff,
I want to
Michelle.
be chosen. I want to meet someone.
So good. I know, right? We would all love
I
to
know.
meet one of you guys. So,
No.
so looking forward to it. One more time, Michelle, where do we go to fill out that survey? One more time.
Go to allearsenglish.com/meet, MEET.
You got it. Right. You got it. All right, Michelle, thank you for being on the mic today. Very good stuff today.
All right. Bye, Lindsay.
Bye.